Good day, my friends. Atlantia vivere, Atlantia vince, Atlantia victor. Atlantia vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere, Agartha vivere. I wish to tell you today some things. I wish to reveal all the truth. Well, I reveal all the truth in all my videos in the past 2 or 3 years, but in those 43,000 emails that I sent to world leaders in the past 17 years, but now I have new informations. First of all, I wish to tell you about Frank Timish, who is a spy. Frank Timish is one of our moles sent by SS, the secret service in the time of Ceausescu, who is called the Security and Safety of Country Service, the Security and Safety of State Service. My mother, Alina Țărmureilă, was working there. And that service during the time of Ceausescu was number 4, number 3 in the world as power, and they have sent spies in all the countries of the world. And one of the spies sent in Canada is was one of our political puppets, because the leader of Canada was finally a Romanian spy, was sent to Canada. And the Russia-Montana Gold Corporation, who wants to mine, or who is already mining gold from Russia-Montana, is Frank Timish. And now the old custom, or the old saying that we Romanians are stealing our own hats, our own hat, is coming into play, because SRI, who is the Romanian Information Service, they are the followers, they are the one who came after SSSS, the inheritance of SS, of double SS. They took all the spies of the service of the Securitate Service, and they took also Frank Timish, and they took all the money from Cyprus and from other places. And people like Voiculescu, like Patriciu, and other billionaires are in fact their agents. And they are building great houses for themselves, and they are amassing money for their vast operations all around the world. And this time they came back into Romania. They were here, and they stole the maps, the geological maps from Romania, from the Minister of Trade and Commerce, and they found that there are 8,000 tons of gold at Russia-Montana, and they made a firm called, an enterprise called Russia-Montana Gold Corporation, although other from Carpathian Gold and other dealing with copper, and because there are vast amounts of copper and gold in these places, they came here and they passed special laws through our parliament in order to give them special powers and to set the tax to 2%, 4%, 6% of the Romanian state tax, and they are stealing our gold and copper, and they are selling it abroad, and with those money they are financing their secret operations all around the world. So that's the story, basically. But unfortunately they ran into the Agartha business, specifically the capital of Agartha is under the Red Mountain, under Russia-Montana, and if we flood the capital of Agartha with poison, with that lake of cyanide which is to be created, they will declare war on us, and we already had a nuclear war between Atlantia and Agartha 50,000 years ago. Old history. And I remember the old times. Why I'm speaking so unsure today? Well, because there are 2 or 3 weeks since I was forced to stay home. I was without money. My $200 or euros per month finished in on about 15th last month, and I lost a lot of festivals in Cluj. All the festivals which are now concentrated in the month of May, the Photo Festival, the Days of Cluj Festival, and now TIFF. There are only 4 days remaining from the Transylvania International Film Festival, and I wasn't going there with my new movie about the history of the dragons because it was not ready yet when the deadline of 8th of May was reached. So my dear sister Artemis, my dear Britney Spears, you know, I asked of you ludicrous sums of money, and I'm very sorry, but, you know, I said all those things for your sister. I'm very sorry about that too, but, you know, if you just pass $100 or $1,000 into my account, I was very glad, because I would still be very glad, because I would not have lost so much. But on the other side of things, a man becomes strong when he's alone. So yes, do you know why you, Calypso, Calliope, and Psyche are not real goddesses? Real, because yes, you lack the life experience, and you shall become goddesses real soon after this life, but also because you don't have a great grasp of world history, and you don't know what to do with sometimes. Yes. And so the crisis has passed. I wish yes, I was punished for the last 2 years in Romania. The King Michael the First or the Second, because Michael the Brave was Michael the First, took that decision against me. He was speaking in an interview. He was saying about an officer. He was confounding me with an officer in the Romanian army who did, I don't know, something nasty. He strangled a soldier, and he was immediately kicked out as his order from the army. Probably he wants to kick me out of Romania too, and or he will not pay me from the army anyway. But I told him today that I'm not an officer in the Romanian army. I'm a great god, and I'm a king, and I'm a tsar, and I'm an emperor, and I'm the one who led this country for 17 years. There is a noble woman in Cluj who works at Shogun Serele here, a blonde woman from Krishana, who said to me that King Michael never overpassed his stature as prince when he was 19, 22 years old, because, you know, people in this country have 2 strange habits. First of all, when they start to do a business or a thing, they start like this, and when they reach 1/2, and then they slow down, and when they reach 1/2 of the job to be done, they stop, and they have a quantum precision in stopping exactly at 1/2 of the job being done, and then they start something else. And the second strange habit is that they don't do anything. Yes, when they are invaded, let's defeat the invaders, and after that, for thousands of years, for hundreds of years, for tens of years now, because now time is flowing more rapidly in the 20th and 21st century, also in the 19th century, they stop and they don't do anything, because they are waiting for a child to save them. They are waiting for Zavosy, for Jesus Christ, as it is now in the modern version. They are waiting for someone to come and save them. They are waiting for someone, for a child to come and tell them, take your flying saucers and whatnot and other technologies and distribute the world, take them and go to Mars. I will be talking about the archaeological dig on Mars. You know, there were many computer games in the 90s. Call to Power from Activision, and also others, speaking about there was a dig on Mars. Yes, people went on Mars. They acquired hyperdrive. They acquired hyperdrive after they went to Mars, and they discovered, Americans mainly, and also Russians, some secret technologies. They also discovered from our flying saucers from that unlucky flying saucer who crashed into in Mexico or in Texas in 1953. So the Anunnaki are here. They are coming from the future. They are Atlanteans from the future. They are also a great evil civilization who is battling Atlantia from now times. In this now time galaxy, in this, not in the alternate universe, but in the present day universe, it seems. So there are a lot of things, and in that archaeological dig there were some Romanian or maybe Dacian names discovered: Negurel, Cernei. Others, I dreamed about that. And Negurel means that it always darkness before the dawn. Cernei means that you have to sit and then separate the good from the evil. You have to separate the good parts, which are very few, from the bad parts, which are many. And there are also others. There are names from Maramuresh, from the Pelasgian tribes. I was also out of clothes. My grandmother humiliated me by giving me black clothes, and I cannot wear them because I am a member in the Great Council of Atlantia and no longer Praetor. Kesha is not Praetor or Artemis. I'm also the president of Atlantia, and I cannot wear black clothes because I will be removed from office. If I do so, I will also be humiliated. I must wear white. Yes. And I have discovered that these computer games take away my energy and my concentration. I was waking up today, and it is 7:30 p.m. I see very beautiful days now, and I'm out of money. But this is the idea, to take trips going by foot in this city while I'm completely out of money, in order to understand, because I am very happy and I concentrate much better when I have no money left. Yes, this is a poisonous drink. It is not wine. It is Fanta Madness or something like that. And I wish to tell you now about the game Superpower 2. It is a game made by CIA, NSA, something like that. SETI was invaded by CIA, and now SETI is a CIA firm. And they have data from 2001, because the game is from 2001. You can find it on Steam with $10 or €10, or you can take it also from Pirate Bay for free. You have no money left, like me. And in this game, which I have played a lot, you can take on different scenarios the role of Turkey, which must join the European Union. It is very easy. You just have to permit abortion of women and forbid child labor, and then join the Union in the simulation, of course, and strengthen your relationship with all the other countries in the EU. Romania was not in EU in 2001 when the game was published, but the game has very accurate land description. All the land of Earth is taken from satellite, and all the troops, the ground troops, the naval troops, the aerial troops are taken from the DoD, the Department of Defense of the United States data, and CIA data, and so on. And there is also an economic model. You have to import and export goods. You can increase production and so on. You can change your political system from multi-party democracy to single-party democracy. There is a scenario where Cuba must become ally of the United States by changing the political system and by entering into all noble causes agreements which USA is part of, and so on and so forth. And there is also a scenario, that is where things get interesting, where Russia must remake the former USSR and conquer all of Europe next. What you must do, because you have army like grass and like it is said in Romania, câtă frunză și iarbă. You have a lot of conventional army. You're number one in the world in conventional army. Russia is number one in the world, and they must annex Europe. How it is done? Well, first you must become a military dictatorship by overriding elections, or a communist, which has a little impact on your popularity. It is what Putin was doing in Russia, and you must nationalize all the companies in energy sector and food sector and other vital sector in order to provide your army with food and with supplies. It was already done in Russia. After that, you take your vast army and you start to invade Ukraine and Moldova and Transnistria and all the other Kazakhstan and Belarus and all the other countries. Yes. It is very easy to conquer them. So, I encourage you to take this game and try it. This is my message for today. Apollo loves you all.